Welcome to Toffee TV, to the final word. Leicester City 0. Champions of England, Baz.
Champions of
England. Jamie Vardy, love masks. Everton 2.
Jamie Vardy, love masks, Everton 2.
Yeah.
I'm not changing our name.
That's just the title of the video. That's it.
Jamie Vardy, love masks, 0, Everton 2.
That's it.
There's a shop there somewhere, surely.
Or some other kind of video.
Some video or
I don't know. I'm lost for days.
If you were wearing a Jamie Vardy love mask, and surely the girl wouldn't like you very much, or you wouldn't like the girl very much.
Didn't that lad make a career, like basically make a career out of having a Jamie Vardy mask?
Love mask?
Well,
I think he just got surgically altered to look like him, didn't he?
As you would, you know. As you would.
Heartthrob?
Yeah, you say heartthrob.
In Leicester, he's heartthrob.
No, yeah. No, I can't say.
Won the league, man, scored them goals to win the league. He's a heartthrob in Liverpool, and he ran around.
Sakho is a heartthrob in caves in Argentina somewhere.
Anyway, let's get back to the upbeat. You're looking downbeat.
I'm not down.
It's sporting a Batman hoodie.
It's early.
I know it's early for us to drag you out because it's.
I was here.
I meant, you know. I'll be honest. I drove in. It was 11 minutes after the agreed time, and I thought I've still got 20 minutes before Ped turns up, and he was here, so it must be Christmas.
With a brew on the go.
And a brew, mate. It is defo Christmas. You're here early, and you've made a cup of tea.
Well, there you go.
And Everton have won an away
game. I don't even know what day it is.
Everton have won.
What day is this? I don't know what day it is. I really don't. It's like
Tuesday.
You get to Christmas and you just like the days just
great. It's brilliant. Anyway, come on. Back on point.
Yeah, back on point. What? What's the point?
We won an away game.
We won an away game on Boxing Day for the second year in a row.
I know. Said to me missus yesterday, we've actually won a game on Boxing Day. She went, we won last year. I think we're alright.
Most Boxing Days I can remember we've done okay.
It's not a game. It's just I always think Christmas and I just think Stoke haunts us. That's burnt in my mind for the last few years. No, Sunderland beat us with Martinez's first season when we had 111 shots to 1 and got beat.
Timmo got sent off.
See how
penalty and all that.
Deliberately got sent off.
But we've always done alright.
I remember like Boris spanking
5-0 Sunderland.
Yeah, there was Donald Hutchison, Walter Smith days. Yeah, we've done alright in 2000.
I think we've done alright. Middlesbrough 4-0, Goodison. Craig Short.
Yeah.
Everyone had him on for first goal scorer. Everyone.
Shorty.
Everyone used to always have Craig Short on. First goal scorer, and then he'd score, and then they go, oh, and then you'd already, but it was one of those things where you'd already spent like £8 million on him every week.
You're just trying to get it back,
and then you got it back, and you're like, oh, I've got 47 quid back, lad. Is right, Craig, lad.
Right.
For £47 in those days, oh, exchange rate's gone to pot. Anyway, yeah. So after the obviously Merseyside derby and the disappointment and all that, which again I mention it because I never went overboard about it. I never went too down. I think some people went far too overboard about that game and about how like the worst ever performance. And there's a lot of Reds in the comments telling us how amazing they were. And like literally, it hasn't even stopped. There's still comments yesterday after the Leicester game saying stuff, and I'm thinking, you beat us in the last minute. Well, in the 94th minute. But anyway, that game, like, it wasn't as bad as everyone thought it was. And when you think about the last 3 games and how tough they are, and we took 6 points from them, that's not that bad, is it? You know, if you think like that.
I'm not being funny. We sat here after Watford when Matt was in, and we were going through the games going, we could easily lose 5 at the next whatever game, weren't we?
It was like the ghost of Jimmy Gable. Jimmy Gable was,
yeah,
not
he's still alive.
By the way.
This has been a bad year, shape. Not by the way. Anyway, back to it.
I mentioned on Christmas Day, I mentioned that the nana from the royal family was alive and kicking, and the irony that Callum O'Hearn was dead. Dun dun dun!
Don't mention anything else. Man.
Yeah.
Don't mention anything.
What about that Nigel Farage fella and Donald Trump?
As I was saying, but
I'd do an hour on Thatcher, but she's already dead.
She's gone. She beat you to it. After the Watford game, if you'd have said to me, would you take 3 draws the next 3 just to try and... Because I'm basically thinking after that, because that Watford game's horrendous. More people should have gone overboard about that than the Liverpool performance. But after that game, you're thinking, try and get some kind of run going to January and then get some players in. And with the games coming up, if you'd have said 3 draws of the next 3 going to Hull, I'd have probably gone, yeah, we'll have that way the next, because it's a bit of momentum. And we've won 2 of those 3 games, so, you know, we're 7th. We're 7th, which is, I think we'd said at the start of the season, you know, once the window shut, we were all a bit disappointed. We said, if we can get to the next window on the coattails of the top 6, and then go from there. Yeah, I'd like to be a bit closer than in points, but
yeah, I mean that's the only thing, isn't it? Without getting away from the game itself, that's the only thing. The gap's starting to grow a little bit, and it's becoming that other group now. But we, at the moment, as we film, we're 7th, and we're still ahead of that pack. But it was really important that we got points out of these games, because that pack was getting closer all the time. I mean, that's what that's what. Losing those games or not winning those games meant was that momentum they had the season.
And West Ham won 4-1 yesterday. If we'd have got beat, they'd have been a point behind us, I think. And West Ham were on the verge of going down. They got won 2 games with stuffy penalties in both games. But
you got to think about it like this: they're still West Ham.
Oh no, they'll always be West Ham.
You know, that's the difference.
What I'm saying, he'll have the Porno FC inside of them, and Brady will be there as well. But what I mean is, it was all about stopping that momentum. Now I'd like to think this second half of this, you know, if we were to win a Hull on Friday night, that's the halfway point. We'd have 29 points. If we repeated, that's 58 points. That's probably a Europa place or close on it. You know, if
the cup
7th, that's probably enough. There or thereabouts for 7th place. But I'd expect we won't have another 10-game run in the second half of the season where we only win once. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to think we won't anyway.
You wouldn't necessarily think we'll go on a run where we'll win 5 out of 6.
No.
But as long as we don't go, you know, if we're a bit more consistent, we'll pick those points up anyway. But you know, the Leicester game was a tough game. It's Boxing Day, so again, you always come into it from the point of a fan and Christmas and stuff, but footballers are just footballers. They train and they go in a hotel and
they know what to do.
And it's just another game to them. But well, it should be anyway. He made a few changes. Obviously, he went to 3 at the back, which was interesting. After the last time we played against Chelsea, Robles came in. Trying to think. Holgate was obviously in the back 3. Morales came in. Valencia went out, so a little bit more, probably looking for a little bit more of an up and down player, which
it was very strange. I thought the way not the way he lined up, because he obviously wanted the 3 at the
Barry
back.
In as well.
Barry come back in obviously for McCarthy. It was just strange the way the 3 at the back was fine, no issue with that, and then you get your width from Coleman and Baines, which they did. I thought Coleman was fantastic, to be fair, in terms of bombing on and giving us that width. The thing I didn't understand was why he flanked Lukaku with Lennon and Morales when Coleman and Baines were offering you width, because it would have made more sense to me to play Tom Davies, or even Tom Cleverley, so that you had some legs in and around the middle, and then your width comes from Coleman and Baines, and then let Morales buzz around. So I think it was the Aaron Lennon one for me, because Lennon's not. They play inside, the pair of them, but they play inside nowhere near Rom. So we almost just, in that first half, and it was quite evident, Coleman was our width, because he was in line with Lukaku, like a right winger. Baines was trying it this side, and I understand Morales dropping in, because that's what he tries to do, but Lennon was like he was lost. So it was like a waste of a player in that first half, and that was kind of how it panned out.
Yeah, sometimes you do things on paper or do it in training, and it all works out fine, and you look at what they're potentially going to play, because they kept on trying to play that diagonal, didn't he? Funes Mori,
but it was to Coleman.
Yeah, and then Lennon almost coming inside and creating, and it was almost like they were trying to fill the centre of the park as much as they could, to just stop them playing.
He wasn't I didn't think he was the right kind of player, because he doesn't get past Rom. He doesn't, when he goes over to the wing, he doesn't beat a man and cross it. It just plays that little one-touch passing that doesn't go anywhere with Garner. So he was a strange one for me, because he's done well on the left-hand side the last couple of games, just working in front of Baines. I don't know, it's just
to be fair, I mean, again, he's set up in a way, like quite an offensive way, But yeah, we just weren't offensive at all in the first half.
Do you think he thought, because I think he thought, the first 20 minutes, let's be compact, get loads of players in there, be compact. Let's just try and settle this game down early on.
Quieten the Vardy
smash down and all that, and see how it goes. And to be honest, the first half was terrible, but they were crap as well.
No, I mean, I think most people's frustrations were that you looked at the game and thought, these are terrible, we need to have a little go here. Otherwise,
but they're still strong, they're still decent at home. Look at the home record. Yeah. Still, actually, they sunk City last time out.
Yeah.
But why you wouldn't play Mahrez?
Well, I thought that was a very strange decision considering that. But again, it's one of them. Maybe they thought they were on for like a home banker and they were saving them. I mean, obviously you've got to use your squad wisely.
Unless they are. I mean, we don't watch Leicester, so that maybe they haven't been playing well.
I don't know.
Eriksen's doors mix it up, give you the kick up the backside.
Yeah, but I think the frustrations were that they were there. People probably thought these are here for the taking, and we're not doing it again in the first. And it's not because it's one of them in it where you look at it and think, I don't mind players having an off game at time and everything, but it's the old thing of we start slow in every game, and no one wants to see us do that, and that frustration keeps in you thinking, when are we going to start a game?
I know exactly what you're saying. I thought, and this is going to sound like I'm picking on Gareth Barry, but I'm not, because I still thought he'd done alright in what he'd done, but just naturally, the fact he is slowing down a bit, we're always a little bit deeper with him in the side, and we've seen that later on, how high up the pitch we were able to go. So I think that invited them onto us. But I think for me, I thought we were okay. I mean, we finished the half with 67% of the ball, which is it was almost Martinez style, wasn't it? 67% of the ball, no attempts at goal. We had a lot of the ball. The problem for me is, and it's been a problem since the second half against Borough for me, in that final third we are clueless at what to do. We do the same thing all the time. Rom stands in the middle looking for the ball, we don't give him it, and we just play like this, and when we get the opportunity to shoot, we pass it. And so someone put up last night, it was something mad like the 6th time this season we haven't had an attempt at goal in the first half, which is incredible. It's at half time they'd had 3 and we'd had 2 in a 47-minute match, as it was the first half. The 2 minutes injury time, it's just bizarre. How can you not? You should be having 8, 9
you would think that, wouldn't you? I mean, the aim is to shoot and score goals, and to have none is strange. It's that link up player, isn't it, that between the midfield. It is a Mahrez. That's what we miss. It is that link between midfield and even a midfielder who drives through or drives past the forward. We haven't got. I mean, I suppose Ross in a way is almost like tries to fill that gap, but it's not quite worked.
But again, I think that's what's ahead of him. Rom's, it's not Rom. You need other movements ahead of him. Rom's occupying people. Your 2 wide men after moving. Your 2 wide men yesterday were coming in. When you watched that first half, whenever we had the ball in kind of out the 10-yard space outside the penalty area, everyone come close, so we were almost just flicking it back to each other. Then it go here, then it go there, then it go there, and then Lukaku's like coming out to get involved because he wants the ball, so he's running wide, and then you think, Ron, once you come out, there's nobody in the middle then. And so I just think that's the area we've got to improve the most.
Yeah, and I think we will anyway, because he hasn't got the players to necessarily play the way he wants all the time. He wants, I certainly think he wants players almost in the mould of like you can do both. So I
think he wants 3 centre forwards.
But he does it. But he wants.
But they gotta have to work.
They have to work, and you've seen by the plays he's going after. But I think that's what I'm saying. You don't need to, like, if you are changing the system, you can almost keep the same players as well. Which at the moment it's almost like if you change the system, you've got to change the players as well.
It just to me, as the game went on in the first half, I was just thinking, if he'd just played cleverly or Davis there, it probably would have worked better, because Morales could have got closer to Lukaku, and I think, like to say, the width come, or even if he'd have left Valencia.
I think sometimes though it's you don't see that.
No,
you don't see that till you don't see that till you get to like at half time and then go.
I mean, that's where he deserves credit at half time, because he
I mean, it was a dire first half. It was almost, I don't even know how we got that much out of it, because apart from Baines pulling the shot and Morales nearly getting a little touch.
Funes Mori should have done.
Yeah, the header again, he should have done better. But apart from that, I mean, I mean, going back to the team selection, interesting now, isn't it? Holgate coming in instead of Jagielka, and that's what we talk about when we talk about the three when they played against Chelsea. The makeup of the three's got to be right. It was really interesting that they were giving Holgate a lot of the ball, you know, because we did play it a lot along the back three. But it was interesting they were giving him a lot of the ball to almost come out with it and step out with it. And I think that's where we were talking about last time against Chelsea. It's the makeup. There's no point in having three. You can't have three centre backs and not really one of them being comfortable on the ball or asking one of them to do something that is a little bit alien to them, because then it's almost like, oh, hang on, I've got this extra responsibility. Whereas Holgate looks very, very comfortable. Maybe too comfortable at times, but not as comfortable as other people we've seen at the you know, at the back and almost, you know, destroy themselves by doing it. He looks very, very comfortable, and I think having that again, it's that little bit of progression I think we've made recently, where the manager has clearly lost patience with other players, senior players, and said, well, you've had your chance. You know, I've
seen you've probably seen as well the other day, there was a piece about Koeman off his quotes over in the last week, and he talked about the Steve Walsh thing, I think it was, and he said I've come in and I wanted to assess the players, and I'd seen clips of them and I made my mind up, and then when you work with them you realise that's something of shite, they're not as good as what you think, you know, match of the day players and all that. And I think as the weeks have gone on, I think the Watford, I think, remember you saying after the Watford, this could be the watershed almost thing we were saying in here, and I think it looks that way, because he seems to have gone, yeah, you're not good enough. Cleverly was in for a bit, now he's sat there.
Oviedo was in Disneyland.
Oviedo, well, that's what I mean. Now he's either injured or Koeman's gone, go and have a lovely rest, lad. You know, he's made his mind up. When we talk about the three at Chelsea, you know, that horrendous night, we hit them at the time when they just clicked. Yeah. You know, they're look what they're beating everybody now comfortably, aren't they? So they clicked, and the makeup at that side wasn't right. But even in that game, it was 20 minutes. It was flat, the game. Just that they scored a goal and then they took it on from there. So I thought Holgate come in, no problem with him. He's excellent. We've said he should be in anyway. Yeah. And he looks comfortable. And the good thing about that, I suppose, is that the more he plays there, if he does okay, Koeman might look and go, he can play alongside Williams here in the four. Yeah. You know, it is no. I know Funes Mori done okay, but it was a couple of times that first half when he's passing, he's hitting it between Williams and Holgate, and what happens to the act, you know, when you go and you could have just put that down the line and you're putting us back under trouble. You know, I think when he's just got a physical player to mark and it's a battle, he's good. Once you give him a little bit of time, he's all over the place. But it's good to see that Holgate was given a chance, because we have been saying, give the kids a bit of a go. And
in the last few weeks, lots changed. I mean, Calvert-Lewin's come in, Holgate, Tom Davies was back on the bench yesterday. We'll leave that for now. Holgate was back on the bench yesterday, and John Joe Kenny was a couple of weeks ago as well. So does feel like there's something that we've been bemoaning a lot, was the fact that we're saying, you know, we've got these players and he's not using them, but he's starting to use them now. Yeah. And he's dead weird, Koeman, as well, because when he gives them a chance, it's like you're first.
Almost sink or swim.
Yeah, it's like you're the first off the bench as well, or you
like Calvert-Lewin and like the Arsenal and Liverpool. It was like where's that come from? You know, a bit mad on it, but it's good though, isn't it? No, it's brilliant. Because you don't want. I don't think it's helpful if you know what sub he's gonna make. Yeah, because if we know,
we're breaking the circle of shite. The circle of shite has been broken, and that's all we were asking for.
You held Tom Davies up like
that's great.
That one.
Cat with
a lovely cat beard as well. Class. There you go.
You wanted Baz singing?
Asked me to sing. What else do you want me to sing? I sang Jingle Bells on my thing yesterday because someone asked.
There you go. But second half,
win away.
Second half was great because, I say great, but it was good that it was one of them. You come out second half and it's flat, and you just think, well, if these nick on here, it's, you know, that's all it takes, isn't it? But
it was quite clear early on he'd made the tactical change,
and you know, we get the goal. And what was good about the goal was Joel puts his foot through it, goes
Joel's
through a gap.
One of our top assisters.
Yeah, it goes through a gap in the two centre backs, and Morales takes a couple of decent touches. Okay, he's a bit lucky with the shot, but you know, if you shoot on target, like I said, at a certain match, maybe the last one, things sometimes happen. Yeah. You know, goes in, he's playing down the middle a little bit more direct, and 1-0 up, and suddenly Leicester's head suddenly dropped because they know, number one, they haven't got the players to get themselves back into it because of what they've done already in the game, and number two, it's not again, because they're having a bit of a, well, take last season out of it's a good season for Leicester, but you know, no, it is. They're having a dodgy, you know, dodgy, which is
not only to be expected, to be fair, but I think Koeman, it's where he deserves credit at half time. He looked at it. A lot of managers might have just gone, give it 15, play the way we're playing, give it 15 minutes, see what happens. And he didn't. He went to almost a 4-4-2 for the second half. Lennon went and played wide on the left. Coleman pushed up. Holgate moved out to the right more and stretched that back four. Made it, you know, at times a compact back four, but Coleman in front of him, which is what we talked about. And Lennon went and protected Baines for a bit, and Morales got closer to Rom. And all of a sudden, we just looked more solid. We were on the front foot. The goal obviously helped. We grew after the goal. Like you say, it was a kick in the teeth. But then we've been there at home and you think, beat these today, you know, and you go one down and then all of a sudden everyone starts getting a bit tetchy and the disappointments, you know. And I thought Everton reacted really, really well. And then obviously, the second pat on the back he deserves is that Gareth Barry was tiring, and, you know, whereas the tendency has been to leave him until he literally can't walk. He made a very, very positive substitution. Yeah, it was. I mean, yeah, and that's it, isn't it? So you look at it, and he has done it, and other people have been guilty of doing it. You look at it and go, oh, he's doing all right, or whatever, or we're 1-0 up, let's just keep it what we have. But that's maybe something that's a little change. It's almost like, again, maybe from the Watford games, you've got to keep on top of these players. You got they've made a couple, hadn't they? They brought Drinkwater. Maybe you've got to micromanage them though. Maybe you've got to say, listen, if you, like the Watford game, when we talk about the Watford game, we went 1-0 up and then we just sat off and let them get back into the game, and then they go like 3-1 up, and because no one's reacted on the pitch, and maybe he's starting to learn that by making the subs, because that's a big part of his job as well, to keep the freshness in the team. And again, this is something we spoke about in the derby. We had those subs taken off us because of the injuries, so we weren't able to do that in the derby, which I thought affected us massively. You know, and having to keep that freshness and that energy, and bringing someone like Tom Davies, who not only it lifts the team because he's everywhere and he wants to be part of it and he wants to do things, and he's positive in what he does, and not only is he positive, but he's, like we've said loads of times, he's got that something that I think is the difference between an average player and when you know someone's going to be a decent player. When they're young, he's got that arrogance, that little bit of like, I'll have a go here, come on, he's bouncing around, he's a couple of shots, he's not arsed, he's not bothered about someone shouting at him in his ear going, what are you doing, lay it off. Because I thought that was one of the problems with, like, you know, I'm not dismissing Calvin Lewin. I thought that was one of the problems when Calvin Lewin came on against Arsenal, is that he almost fell into the trap of not playing his own game and playing what people around him wanted it. Did you know what I mean? Like, he had times when he could have like had a run at someone, but he did the easy pass. Whereas Tom Davies, I don't think he's ever interested in not the safe pass, so I'll play it 5 yards to the next person. What's that going to accomplish? And he kept that in. On his debut against Southampton last year, he done that drag back in the box. He just come on and like, who's this kid here doing drag backs in the box at 1-1, you know, and he didn't care.
But it also lifts all the fans, because we're not the only one banging the drum for him. God no, you know.
We want, what do you want to see? And you want to see freshness. You want to see your team evolving all the time. You don't want to see the same set of players. But that, to me, it was a key substitution, because we went 3-0 up, and it's like, yeah, lad, go and enjoy these last 5 minutes. It was 1-0 and they were pressing, so it was. And the thing with Gareth Barry, we can sit here and go his legs and all that, but he's clever, he's a key player. He's a big player in our team because he knows the game. He took him off and just put a kid in that position. He didn't go, I can't take him off because maybe Davies won't know what we're supposed to be doing. He just come in, sat in there, first thing, pulled it out the sky, laid it off, had a little bounce with someone else, and then got into his stride. And we seen him having 2 shots, you know, more than any other centre midfield player yesterday. You know, I mean, we'll talk about the Ghana one in a minute, but you know, the fact that he was prepared to take the ball, carry the ball forward and have a go.
And it lifts the play. I think it probably lifts some of the players, it lifts the fans.
And they go,
yeah, who's this? Yeah.
Suddenly don't know much about him.
Well, that's it, and like you said before, you've got Barry on. The tendency is to drop off, and maybe the manager's starting to learn. There's the tempo. I say the manager's got to learn. No. Me on the fucking broken back again.
I don't think it's not him having to learn, it's him, he's learning about the capabilities of our, that's a different, it's not, we're not saying Ronald Koeman needs to learn, go and learn, you European Champions League bloody most successful player ever fella. We're saying he's learning what we know from watching these players for 3 years, players capabilities.
And that's it, and that's how you get, and that's what we've been saying as well about Barry. No one was saying, oh, he's finished, he's done, he's over. No. We were just saying, there's a time and a place, you know, last 30 minutes of a game, the players in return, that's what we've been saying, you know, make that change, and like Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. But you say an hour to go in a game like that, you go half an hour to go, you say, well, take him off now, pace is dropping, these are going to come on naturally, change it up, get back on the front foot, and that's what he did as well. Bringing bringing Ross on as well, just change up a little bit as well. Ross
was brilliant,
playing in it slightly, you know, different from what he's been doing, and
playing off the left,
you know, and he's again.
Well, we spoke about Ross over there, haven't we? We have mentioned that before. Him playing in a way at the moment, playing in that kind of shape, because he's someone who'll take the ball off Baines and he'll carry it a little bit. Not PNRS, but he's someone who we haven't got another midfield player like Ross Barkley who will take the ball and be able to go up the other end of the pitch with it. And he's done it a few times, and he buys you so much time because he gives you the breather as well.
I think that's clever management as well, because it's those little moments that it's moments like what we seen yesterday from Ross, where again he didn't do anything earth-shattering, but it's those moments where hopefully he'll find himself again. Do you know what I mean? Like he'll go through a game and his head's down and maybe not going for him, and he comes on in games like that. I think that's good management. It's almost like, just go out there and get, you know, remember how important this game is. Remember what, you know, look at, you've got another kid next to you, you're not. Show him you're not the kid, show him the ropes a little bit. Wasn't it great
to see 2 Scousers, Evertonians playing in the same midfield? You know, that to me, listen, I love us signing players for millions as much as anybody else, but imagine if we could get another 3 of them in that side. That's what you want them. Good players, though, not just our support Everton you're playing. But good players who are Evertonian. That's what I want my club to be, as well as mixing it with going out and buying nice players as well for a lot of money. It was just great to see those 2 kids.
And it was a lovely little cameo from Ross as well. And you know, he played the ball for Ron, didn't he?
For the Ghana miss. So,
and that was a lovely little slide through past that. And
Ron done brilliant.
And to be fair, Ghana done brilliantly till the flash. It was a lovely little ball, because again it was like a third man run almost from Ghana, but Ghana again, you see the other side of him where he's trying to get in the box, and Ron was pulled off. His body shape's lovely, the way he's side on, so he can play the ball, and it would have been a lovely goal, that.
So it's one of them moments, hasn't Everton, you know, where he puts it over and you think 83rd minute, that could have been.
Know what I hate though?
And then they come on and you're thinking, oh man.
It's this idea that, like, well, you know, just centre midfield. No, he is a footballer. He should be able to tuck a ball in from 5 yards.
He can't. He can't. Nobody can tell me any difference. It was a sitter.
Yeah, it was.
End of story. He was 3 or 4, 5 yards out with a keeper to beat who's laying down. He should have scored.
Yeah.
And it's the same. I don't want to get into the Lukaku arguments, because I had to come off Twitter last night, because it's just, there's 2 schools of knobhead, and then there's the arguments in the middle. There's one that he scores goals, he doesn't have to do anything else. There's one that he can't control the ball, sell him, doesn't matter if he scores. He's down the middle. He should be working harder, but he's a fantastic goal scorer, and we should be creating chances for him. That's the wrong argument. That's
be fair,
but every footballer should be able to control a football.
I can't leave that just you saying that. There's only one school of knobheads, and that's the people who think we should sell him. I'm sorry.
That's your opinion.
No, that's the God fact. That's the fact.
I don't say you're there.
No. The other two sides are fine. That's a balance. Whoa.
It's not balanced.
That's a balanced argument for both sides.
It's not balanced.
It is. There's pros and cons on both sides. Like you said last week, his game against Arsenal, he was great. He didn't score, and against Watford, he scored twice. They're both valid arguments. What I'm saying is, the people who say we should just sell him,
no, to sell him, yeah,
are knobheads. That's what I'm saying. The other two arguments are valid. There's valid arguments, but of course there is, Baz. There's valid.
It can't be, because then you could just say a lad who scores a goal and touches a ball for 90 minutes, that you'd have him in your team.
But what I'm saying is,
if he doesn't score, what's he contribute?
There's a valid arguments.
Anyway, as I said, this is why I come off Twitter last night.
There's valid arguments for both sides,
right?
But people who want to sell him are knobheads.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sorry, but
clarification there.
Yeah. That's the argument. Those other sides can argue all day long.
Not with me.
I love the fact that he scores goals. I agree with the other sides of him. I agree that he could do a bit more.
Everyone, but the demands should be on every player.
No.
But what I see some people saying, I don't care what he does if he's scoring goals, I don't care if he doesn't do another thing. Well, what about the 8 games when he didn't score the other week? So if he's not doing anything, what's he doing in the team? You can't let people off by. You should be the way Everton will be successful, right? No, why it annoys me, because these are the same people who berate Ross Barkley, the same kid that scored more than Gerrard, Lampard. They still have a go at him because he's not beating 15 men and setting 8 goals. The same lads who had a go at Balassi, who's hasn't played for weeks, still our highest assister. That's what he was bought to do. If he'd have finished Balassi with 10 assists this season, it'd have been money well spent. It'd have been at buttons, because he'd have created 10 goals, which no one else will do on our side. So you can't have an argument for someone because you like them and slag someone else off because they're not doing what you're saying the other person should be doing. So that was what annoys me about that whole argument. Whereas Ross Barkley is a magnificent footballer, he proved it when he came on yesterday. But we should be striving for better off every single player, because that's how you win things. You don't win things by going. It's like me sitting here. I love Delafeu, right? But I honestly can't argue against anyone who goes he should be sold his crap, because he hasn't done anything this year. Yet I know that he's got it in his locker, right? But we should be striving for more off Garner. We should be striving for more off Williams and Coleman and that's what it's about.
What you call it though, isn't it?
That's how we win things.
There's no shades of grey though, is there? That's the problem with most comments that get made, because otherwise there's no point in making a comment, is there? Like, do you know what I mean? Live in a world where it's like every comment is just like,
I think,
you know what I mean? It's like there's no point like writing on Twitter, you know, I had a lovely day today. You know what I mean? Like, you go, this happened to me, it was terrible, or this happened to me, it was amazing. You don't go, yeah, I just woke up today, nice little day, didn't really do anything. Yeah, there's no point ever saying that, is there? So it's the same with that, and you either go, sell him, he's fucking shit, or look at his goal record, it's better than Cristiano Ronaldo when he was 14, or you know what I mean? It's like, that's the problem with social media. There's no point just having like a
I think that, to be honest, mate, that's why I have backed down a lot. I just stopped.
Yeah, he was on it last night, I seen him.
I said to you, but I've been.
Can I just ask you a question?
Hang on. For a while, I've been on it 8 times.
Can I ask you one question? Go ahead. And I'll be very disappointed if you give me a certain answer here. Does that cellophane come off too many?
You told me I wasn't allowed to.
It's good.
Wasn't allowed to. We'll have to. Wasn't allowed to. That's why I know. Yeah, I just realised there's just no point, is there? So, but I want better from every single player, because I want us to be up there. I want us to be striving up the top. But back to the thing, the ball by Lukaku was absolutely fantastic. And if Garner knocks that in like he should, you know, it's one of them. But then as the Evertonian creeps in, and you're thinking, are we going to look? Because the commentator even said it, will he brew that one? And you're thinking, don't say it.
To be fair, they hadn't had many chances. They had the show where Holgate probably got caught for probably the only time in the game, a little bit under the ball. But I thought defensively, we were brilliant. Ashley Williams, you know, again, you talk about people having a go at him. He went through a little bit of a dodgy spell, a couple of weeks back. But
what's been around him?
This is what we said, didn't we?
You know,
decide on a centre back. Now, again, when I say things in quite a public place, so when they get magnified. But I'm not a massive Funes Mori fan. But I tell you what, if you leave him in there, then I thought he was all right yesterday. he's got good things, he's got bad things. Let's focus on the good things that he does and put good players around him, and maybe playing the 3 helps him. But just keeping that consistency
made a difference.
Yeah, but keeping that consistency in the defence really helps.
Yeah.
But what was great was Ashley Williams. It looked like his hamstring had pinged. He was like, and he was. I was thinking his injury record's amazing. Like he never gets injured, and it pinged, and I'm thinking he's going to go off.
Just Christmas pudding.
But he just got on with it, and he's just
that one in the first half. I think it was Gray. Was it Gray or Slimani when he went running at him and he just stood him up and done the Al Bobby Moore on him, went down on one knee and just took the ball. He just anticipated. It was just brilliant. He was in the right place at the right time, put his head in the way, got his foot in the way all the time, and for all the naysayers who've been slagging him, like our fans love to, we'd have the 80s, all of our players would be gone. They'd all be crap. You'd get slagged off one, you're the worst player ever with one mistake, but certain players can be, like Morales is probably Pele of the world now because he actually scored a deflection. But Williams, absolutely brilliant. But Joel, for me, made massive contributions yesterday because he was positive. He just came and took things.
Very calming, wasn't he?
I've said it before about Joel, and someone on the comments mentioned the Stevenage game 3 years ago that he made a mistake in. But apart from Krasnodar at home when he thought he was an outfield player playing in goal, remember he put his leg up when the lad knocked it? It was the most strangest bit of goalkeeping I've ever seen. He's always been dependable.
Do you know what?
Amazing, but he's not.
Do you know what I like about Joel? I mean, again, I don't know whether he'll ever make it at Everton. I don't know if he's good enough to make it at Everton. I think he'll become a fine goalkeeper somewhere. But what I do like about him is he's had a consistent trajectory. All the things that we used to think he was really bad at, like remember when we used to go when people used to put crosses in, and remember the Arsenal game in the FA Cup when we got beat, and he was you were just like, but in the last 12 months coming off his line,
the parts go further than that. Palace away when he got that.
Yeah, that was the game, wasn't it?
Months ago, nearly 2 years ago.
But nearly 2 years ago now. Yeah, he comes off, and I think something clicked where he was like, I am 6'5", and
18 stone,
and I can literally just barge into people where Stekelenburg still likes to punch, like he's 34, and you're thinking just catch that.
Yeah,
but
because he's massive as well.
Yeah,
tall.
And he's not the most aggressive goalkeeper as we've seen Middlesbrough scored against us. But Joel's clear, and he still might, he's still got faults, and he still hasn't convinced Ronald Koeman. But I do think that he as a young goalie, he's on the right track. And maybe it's still too early in his career. I don't know. Maybe people look at him and go, you can't iron out those faults. But for me, yes, he was very, very calm, and he kept on coming and taking it. I mean, even the Joe header, I'm thinking that's a goal. As soon as he just head, he just went.
Kept hold of it as well. Didn't flap it or push it. He kept. And I think the thing is, he started twice this season in the league. We beat West Ham 2-0, and he was excellent in that. And he's played yesterday 2-0. He come on against Denmark the other night, made a great save from Firmino. Either saved the Sturridge one, he did it cleanly, it's just that he scuffed and it bounced over him. Other than, he's a decent keeper. He makes his mind up, he comes and takes things. And I think you see him with the defenders yesterday, they thought, alright, he's got it. He come and took a couple of crosses, right, okay, that's what he's doing. We'll get out the way, and that's what we've done. And there was one just after the Ghana chance where they throw it in from the left, and Slimani's coming in, and Ajoa or whatever, and he just comes by his and anticipated
his stand position is really, really good for when he comes out and catches.
And you just go,
because that's what I think that used to be his problem, and I think that's a lot of people's problems when the younger goalie. It's the starting position, because they come and try and catch things. And they just don't get it, so they get like fingertips on it and push it back into play, and someone gets a little tap in. Whereas what I've noticed is he's already coming out, so it is just like a
I wonder if the new keeper coach has made any difference. Since he's come. I know he hasn't played many games, but he's had a different.
He'd make a difference to me. Scary bastard.
Exactly. for the first time, and because he was at Wigan with that other fella, shall we say?
Yeah.
And then he came to Everton, and our keepers went downhill, very fast. Tim Hammond. And having this new goalie coach, I wonder if that's just given him a little bit of extra, something different, a different voice.
And he probably thinks he deserves to be number one as well.
He's been around for a bit.
You know what I mean? He was at number 1 last season, and he probably thinks I should have. I should have continued, and it's probably the only reason why he wasn't number 1 is because Koeman knew Stekelenburg, and that's probably the only difference.
Probably,
That's probably it.
He knew he could rely on him.
So you know,
be interesting to see whether
that'll be the interesting thing. That'll be the interesting thing will be when Stekelenburg's fit. What happens then? Does he come straight back in the team, or will the manager stick to his word and say, well?
I'd like to think now that Joel, but if he keeps up that level of performance yesterday, regardless of whether he concedes goals or not, if he keeps up that kind of level of performance yesterday, then Stekelenburg's got to sit on the bench.
And the thing is, it's not like one's amazingly better than the other. No. So there shouldn't be that sort of hierarchy which we've seen before. I don't think anyway. I think they should be keeping each other on the toes till certainly till
Forster comes in.
But to be fair,
Butland, did you say that?
Butland. I'll tell you one thing about Elliot, who does the Ped TV on the show. They're worried about Butland, They're worried he's not going to come back.
Yeah,
or he's not. He was supposed to be back ages ago.
Yeah, he's been. But the thing, he's doing well for them, and he Grant.
No, I know, but I wouldn't give a monkeys if I had Butland at me.
Oh, of course, Butland would be back in, yeah.
Grant's
doing well till he goes on field tonight.
But luckily enough, that sort of throw at kitchen sink errors didn't really happen in the game, which was good. I mean, they looked really down, as everything basically.
I think it was like a kick in the teeth for them, and I think because we still had a lot of the ball in the second half, so you're waiting for that. We've seen it many a time at Goodison, you're waiting for that. Swansea the other week, you're waiting for that onslaught. We'll come at these now, and the opposition are just comfortable with the ball, and he brought cleverly on for Lennon, and he just ran around like he does.
But again,
it kept the shape.
But again, going back to like bringing on Davies and Barkley, it kept us on the front foot.
Yeah.
It kept us positive. It didn't. These players don't want to have to do not that they won't do, but they don't want to be defending. They want to be positive. They want to be on the front foot, and that's what we want. That's what we want to see. We don't want to see ourselves going back and back and back, and then we bring the weird sub on, and because that would have been it though, yesterday, wouldn't it? The temptation would have been to bring Jagielka on and just have like 4 centre halves, like a Walter Smith team, and that's an easy get out for it in the last minute of a game when you're 1-0 up away from home. That's an easy get out, but he didn't. He kept it positive. He said, "What we're doing is good. We've got 3 at the back. We look good. The full backs are doing well. The midfield's buzzing," and he kept it alive. And again, we got our reward for it. Balls bouncing in our box. Ross hooks one out whether it was meant to. I'm just saying.
What was good there was he didn't dive in, but he wanted the ball.
Yeah.
Danny Simpson didn't want it.
Yeah.
Ross wanted it, and that was it. For people who say that he won't go in for challenges, well, he wanted that more than the other lad. Hence the reason why he got it. And then it goes into that area where Rom likes, and it was just brilliant. It was magnificent. Just bullied Wes Morgan.
Yeah, he made Wes Morgan look like the Wes Morgan that wasn't Wes Morgan. I just think they were all like abducted by aliens or something last year, and replaced in what's that film, Space Jam?
Yeah.
When they're replaced by the Monstars.
Yeah.
I think that's basically what happened to Leicester last season, and then like Jamie Vardy just talking about like second-hand courses with big exhausts just got the better of the aliens, and they sent them all back basically. He definitely has got a max power sticker on the back of his car. Let's just get that right. He definitely has got one.
Back to the game. No, I think last year they were confident. Everything was going for them. They were confident and defending well. But Rom, faced them up, shrugged them off, and then come inside, do your little step over that he loves. And I mean, that was what was brilliant about Lukaku yesterday. He hadn't had a chance. He hadn't had one chance in the game. He hadn't created in 91 minutes. I just said to me that about 3 minutes before. We were Spurs. Harry Kane had scored in the 91st minute of this. Just kill it, stone dead. Romelu Lukaku done it in the 91st minute. It was a brilliant goal, and it's like a keeper that hasn't had a shot to save, and in injury time he pulls a worldie out. That was Ron yesterday. They hadn't had anything. He put the Ghana one on a plate for him. We hadn't created anything for him, and he does it on his own. And
nice to see his scoring again in the last
again, late on again, showing that fitness thing coming through. He struggled getting the shirt off, which is a good thing.
He's clever lad. He looked
that clever when it got to there.
No, and then he realised.
And he thought, I'm booking. But no, it was a brilliant finish, wasn't it? Because Schmeichel's a good keeper, and he just made it look easy, come inside and stroked it in. And great way to get into double figures for the season, and just a lovely time. And again, seeing Davis and Barkley running over there with him. But it was great that Ron singled Ross out. You know, when he got up to the fans, he was pointing as if like, you know, get off his back, basically. And it was a brilliant thing. And yet, for all the people that Ronald Koeman, not even asked about this club, doesn't celebrate or nothing. Yeah, go and watch him again. He wasn't quite Conte-esque, but he was delighted that it.
No, it was a good second half performance, and I suppose, I mean, it's always hard to know what the manager wants from a game, but sometimes you look back on games and think, well, maybe it all just did fit into the overall game plan of it, you know, first half.
But it's reacted, like you said that right at the very start of this, what you look on paper and go, and it's worked in training. It looks okay in training this week. Doesn't always work. The good thing about him is he changed the formation quite noticeably, got Morales closer to Rom in the second half. Morales profits from it. He shouldn't have been there. He wouldn't have been there first half. He'd have been stuck out there or stuck alongside your rest of the midfielders. We had that nice bit of shape about us. Coleman was a constant threat, although thought that Chilwell had a decent game for them, the kid that left back. He might be one to look at. I know Liverpool were sniffing around him, but maybe a replacement for Baines in the years ahead. But I thought that he's looked at it at half time. He's been proactive, and the subs, you know, people have criticised Koeman, rightly or wrongly. Everyone, you know, some people are still to be convinced and all that. That's fine, you know, that's how it should be. You shouldn't go balls in with everything in too early on. Yeah, you know, stay back. But I thought yesterday, and he's done it a couple of times this season, but I thought yesterday he got a sub spot on and he got his game plan spot on, certainly from the half time onwards. And it was listen, whether they're top of the league or they're not, we've never won at that stadium. It's been a while since we beat them away, and we've gone there and won convincingly. 2-0, be finished with more 58% of the ball and things like that. So a very, very positive result after obviously what was a shite result earlier on.
Yeah, we just got to keep it going. Just got to keep it going a whole now. Just get to go.
Well, they got another. They had a Tonkin, didn't he?
Well,
City
kept them quiet for an hour or so. But yeah, just got to keep it going. And we know that we go there and you know. But it's nice, as you say, it's nice to have Holgate in the team. It's nice to have Tom Davies in the squad and getting on. And
but a couple of the other kids, they'll be looking now and going.
Exactly.
And he's giving them
exactly, and that's what we were talking about the other week when he said that he wasn't going to play them. And you're thinking, well, what message does it send? Yeah. But in the last few weeks,
they've got it.
3 or 4 of them have got
Calvert-Lewin will be chopping it. Kieran Dowell should be, you know. But I mean, I think Dowell will be.
But it's good that those players are making noises now, because so they're part of it. Even when new signings come in, they're all part of it. They're already knocking on the door and saying, well, you've seen I can do it, and that's all we want, isn't it? That's all we want.
They've got in and they've took the chance then. If anyone still looks at those 2 players and goes, I don't know whether they're going to make it. Yeah,
they just don't know anything about football.
Just get a grip, because if you think that the likes of Cleverley's a better option than Davis, then...
And plus they're out the door, and don't forget as well, Garner, got like one maybe 2 games left.
Shush.
So they go, what's to be talked about? He's only got a couple of games left, and maybe that's what has gone into the manager's mind there, thinking ahead. So you've got him, you've got McCarthy.
You can't be like the problem we've got, I think, going into it, whether you want to do this on a different video.
No, you go. Just
we can't rely on James McCarthy, because Koeman's even said in the press conference last week, I don't know what to do with him. He's injured all the time. We can't rely on that. Cleverly, not good enough. We know that. So you're looking at that. We've got someone called Darren Gibson, I believe. I don't know what he's like.
I don't know.
Unless he's gone, I don't know. He was.
Sure, I seen him when I got my bike. I think he was in there.
Move on. So there's.
But I said to him, you've got to wear a helmet, Darren, because you've got to be very careful of drivers.
Yeah. So we you know, Mo Bezits, we keep seeing nice little videos of him looking great, running between cones and stuff. So that's good that he's on his way back. But there's 2 or 3 in there now who I think Koeman's looked and gone, yeah, but you know, we need reinforcement, but maybe.
Imagine. Can I just put a scenario to you?
Go on.
Tom and Ross running the midfield with
Garner.
That's the dream, isn't
Ross
it?
there.
That is the dream.
Ross, Tom, Schneiderlin, Garner.
How many midfielders do we have?
I'm 5.
Just because it fits into our dream.
Because I want.
No, but you imagine Ross and Tom Davies like playing well in a midfield at Everton. Wouldn't that just make you proud going to match and just thinking we're going to see?
You could do that though, couldn't you? Because you could have Garner and Davies there, and Ross and then put please, if you're doing that, please put 2 strikers, put someone with Rom. Stop leaving Rom on his own. Get another good centre forward with Rom and go. Yeah, you two have a lovely afternoon. I just give you loads of the ball. Get us loads of goals.
I'm happy anyway. Tom might need to sort the Kep beard out though.
Leave, mate. Listen, he can do what he wants. Leave him.
He can do it.
Braid his beard if he wants. Have a Lexi Layla style or whatever. Yeah, do whatever he wants. Tom. Yeah, cool. Schneiderlin, look at him in the style. Oh, Big Morgan.
Big Morgan. Hi, Big Morgan.
I think he'd look class in our kit. Tall, rangy centre midfield, like a bit nasty.
Just don't know.
We haven't had many French players, right? We have to put up like my guy Gay and that.
Louis Sahar.
Exactly. Like I said, we haven't had many good French players.
The good thing about Morgan Schneiderlin, I mean, if you order his name and number, you'll probably get a cancer or something on the back.
What was that all about, by the way?
Don't know.
What was that?
Let's just not go there. They've had a mayor. They've had an air. Why to change the name to a different company?
I think someone's been on the owl.
They're still having a mayor.
They've been sorting that out. That was it.
That's what happens, right?
But I thought, to be fair,
the comeback was good.
The comeback was fantastic.
That's what happens when you have people on 0-hour contracts and don't pay them properly or give them benefits. That's a different
Allegedly.
show. That's a different show.
Allegedly.
Right, 3 points feels good. Till the next 3, hopefully. Let us know in the comments about this game. Just beating the champions of England.
Yeah,
which they sung and said, "You'll never sing this."
I'm trying to get 9 times, haven't we?
Done it a few times, lads. So
awkward.
There you go. From Leicester, it's always awkward.
You'll never ever have Jamie.
Bury Kings in car parks. It's always awkward in Leicester. They do. Richard the Third.
I know. I didn't have a parade for it.
What are you doing with the footy now?
No, you're talking about Kings in car park, so
you're what, going for a game of footy in the car park?
I'm all excited now. Go and have a game.
Right, that's us. 3 points. Happy day. See you later. Toffee TV.